I lived in Maui. Maui, yeah.
But you didn't live in a fancy way.
Yeah, yeah. I lived in a van in Maui for about a year when I was 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so...
That van, right there.
Is that the van? Wow.
Would that be you in the van?
That's me, and that's literally the script that got me out of Maui. That script is for Cursed Part 3, the movie that I got paid $700 to do that.
$700?
I know, I was like, score! I lived in a van, I was like, yeah! To act? Okay, woohoo!
You know,
that $700 lasted me 1 year.
yeah, I bet if they didn't know you lived in a van, you would have gotten more money. But it was like anything, we could give him $400, he'll take it. So then you went back to shoot this movie, Jurassic World. How cool is that to go back and shoot a giant, big blockbuster when you lived in a van there?
It's so surreal and one of those weird full circle things that happens in life. Like when I was there, I mean, I was having the time of my life. At 19 years old, just like living in a car with my friend, and
So, there was another guy in there?
Yeah, I had a roommate.
Oh.
Yeah, I had a roommate.
Well.
Yeah, so it wasn't lonely. It was pretty awesome. There was two of us. So
talk about this whole your physicality here, sir.
We need to talk. I mean, is there anything to say?
Flex, come on, flex it.
Was it over there? Is that it?
I mean, everybody's been talking about that for the last year.
What have they been saying, Matthew?
Oh, they've been saying all kinds of good stuff,
Ooh,
sir.
all right. Like what? Be specific.
But here's the thing. Do you enjoy this attention? Are you sick of it yet?
No.
No, he hates attention.
I hate attention. It's so hard.
You actually have something in common with Channing.
Oh, no. Just one thing? Oh, yes. Well, recently...
This is true.
It is true. It's true, but it's not really true. It's true. When I was a kid, I was in a small town. I was a stripper for a little while. Oh, no. It's not, it was very low rent. I was like the very, very low rent Magic Mike.
How much would you make?
Oh, 40.
Can you do any good impressions?
Sort of. Oh, there's this show in London called Towie. It's kind of like the Jersey Shore of England, I think. And so I can do an impression of some of those people.
Will you?
Yeah, it's like, honestly, it was like Michael, like what happened, did Lance cheat on me when he was in Ibiza? Because seriously, he's before he left, he was like, oh, whatever, I'm with you, or whatever, I'm homesick. I'm like, homesick? Why am I your mother? What I think is so cool about the Guardians of the Galaxy is it opens up the universe. So instead of taking these new things and bringing them right back to the stories we already know, I think it's open it up, see what other corners of the galaxy we can discover. Bring in characters that weren't, bring in characters that were from some of the Guardians of the Galaxy, explore Yondu, explore the origins more of these characters. And if it is Thanos, explore the Infinity Gauntlet. How many of these stones is he gonna get? And who does that open up? Instead, the universe expands, and looking out on it, we wanna take these characters and bring them into the Avengers, and we wanna have them be all in the same movie together. It's no, f that, make 100 movies, you know what I mean? Yeah! If they end up crossing over, great. I have a plan.
You've got a plan.
I have part of a plan.
What percentage of a plan?
I don't know, 12%.
12%?
That's a fake laugh.
It's real.
Totally fake.
That is the most real, authentic, hysterical laugh of my entire life because that is not a plan.
I am Groot.
So what? It's better than 11%. What the hell does that have to do with anything?
Thank you. Groot's the only one of you who has a clue. You come to Hollywood and you're chasing this dream. You want to be an actor, there's not a ton of milestones that are crystal clear that you know what they look like. Because for the most part, the things that are gonna help you get to your goal are movies that haven't been written yet, they're jobs that haven't existed yet. You're kind of giving yourself over to this thing saying please, I don't want to be a waiter anymore. I want to be an actor, Yeah. And that's that. And so there's very few things that are crystal clear, images of what you would want. But one of them is to work with an icon, to work with somebody like a Steven Spielberg. And so like so that to me was one of, you know, my goals. You wouldn't even want to say it out loud because it'd be so ridiculous to say,
yeah.
What do you want to do, kid? Well, I want to work with Steven Spielberg. And they'd be like, nah, I don't know, you know?
Can we just talk about the workout regimen? I'm very curious to know what you were doing, what you were eating.
Really?
Yes. Was it just like turkey patties or chicken or what?
That's it. I only ate turkey. No,
Done.
just eat turkey every day with gravy. No, yeah, it was a really, it's hard. What I should do is I should write the whole thing down and give it to people because it takes.
Please.
It took a long time. There wasn't any trick to it or any secret to it. It's just a matter of getting after it. That's the problem is people want to know what the secret is. The secret is you can't do it in a month.
Thank you. I like that.
It takes 8 months or a year or a lifetime of consistency, working out every single day, and eating properly and truly feeding yourself, not starving yourself, but giving yourself proper nutrition to heal. You have to burn off all the crap you've put in your body, and then you have to replace it with really good food and fuel. And it takes a long time, but really 8 months is not that long. I mean, what were you doing in May, right?
Yeah, exactly. That was yesterday, right?
And when you're looking back, 8 months goes by really quickly. When you're looking forward, it seems like it's crazy. It's a long prospect. Even 8 hours can be a long time. But it just takes a little bit of consistency, and time is gonna go by just as fast whether you're doing it or not. So who do you want to be 8 months from now? You want to be in good shape, then get on it today. This is what's kind of so daunting and / exciting about becoming part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is I could actually see really compelling stories between Quill and any one of the Avengers. I really could. I could see. I mean, I don't know if you're listening, Marvel, but I'm thinking like maybe 12 to 13 more. Maybe one of each. I think Quill would have a really fun time with Black Widow. I think it would be awesome for me personally as an actor to act opposite Robert Downey Jr. Obviously, I think that would be really fun. Chris Evans is a good friend of mine. I think it would be a kick in the ass to be on set with him, and you know. And I could kind of see me working with any one of those guys and it getting me really excited. And honestly, I think I will likely get to over the next like decade. And I mean, this movie that we made, I think is so good. I think they're gonna make a lot more. I feel confident about it, and man, I think I'm gonna get to work with all those guys. It's pretty cool.
When I was 18, or 17, I graduated high school, and I moved out. I became a door-to-door salesman. And
selling Kirby vacuum cleaners?
No, selling much lower priced items, coupons for businesses in the service industry. 4 oil changes for $20, 3 or 4 trips to a day spa for $35.
A packet.
Yeah, it was just one coupon.
Oh.
I'd walk around and be like, hi, I'm from Meineke. Here you go. 4 oil changes, $20. Pretty great, right? Cash, check, or credit card today, and we'll take that. No? Okay. You too, sir. Please don't stick your dog on me.
Couple doors slammed in your face?
Oh, God, yeah. Well, I did the job for about a year and a half.
Jesus.
Got really good at it. Was salesman of the year for the company.
Shut the f*** up.
And got a free trip to Jamaica.
What?
Yeah, I became a manager within 6 weeks. I had a crew. I was the perfect mixture of enthusiasm
and size
and naivete to answer an ad that says, do you like rock and roll music? Do you want to make money? I was like, holy shit, yes I do. So what's this rock music? Okay, you're selling coupons? Sweet. No, you don't. They don't sell coupons. We're in advertising. Oh, okay. So anyways, I opened my own business in Colorado when I was 19 and just lost my ass. Point being, high turnover rate in
Wait a minute.
Seattle.
We went from door to door, year and a half.
Year and a half.
Trip to Jamaica.
Trip to Jamaica.
How did we get to Colorado?
That's the whole point. Is if you do well, one day you can have your own office.
Ah.
And that was.
We'd like you to run the office in Colorado.
Yes, which I did, but failed miserably. They put a lien on my minivan. Pretty bad. But backing up to answer how I got into stand-up comedy, there was a really high turnover rate in Seattle. We just like 1 or 2 new guys a week who'd end up quitting by the end of the week. A lot of the money that you make is just from them like
selling 3 or 4 and then leaving because
Right.
it's just the shittiest job anybody's ever done. It's great prep for being an actor in terms of
Lying?
In terms of lying, walking into a room, feeling comfortable, and having thick skin.
Right.
There's no better.
Wow, thick skin for sure.
Oh my God!
To face all that rejection.
Oh yeah, people now are like, God, I just can't handle all the rejection as an actor. I'm like, F you, dude. They invite you there for an audition. You're not like sneaking in some side door to try to sell you something for set. You know. Anyways, so you can tell me I'm as fat as I want, or or as you want. You can tell me anything you want, and it's not going to hurt my feelings. I've got really thick skin from being a door-to-door salesman. Some jobs you learn by going to college, and they give you an education, then you bring that to your work. And some jobs you learn by just being on the job. And from Cursed Part 3 on all the way up to Jurassic World, my knowledge of how to be on a set, how to act, and how to handle myself on set and approach work is continuing to grow. I've learned a lot on every job. It would be smart when on a job to be a sponge. Pick somebody and learn from them. I'm getting to the point now where I have more experience than a lot of the people that are on the set, and I'm actually at a point where I can teach other people, so that's pretty cool too.
What attracted you to the character of Star-Lord?
You know, for me, what I got really excited about was that this is an Earthling. This is a kid who was 9 years old, just like me, in 1988. I was 9 years old, and so was he. So you gotta think, this is a kid who saw Star Wars. This is a kid who saw Indiana Jones and saw Back to the Future and Footloose and all the movies that I loved when I was a kid. So if it were me and I was him and, something tragic happened and then immediately after I was transported to space and essentially given a spaceship and an opportunity to become whoever the hell I wanted to be, and it was based on this ideology that's built on an 80s pop icons, I would be exactly who Peter Quill is in space. And I would try to create Star-Lord, and I would want everyone to call me Star-Lord, and no one would, and it would be like little hints of all these wonderful heroes from the movies that I watched as a kid. So that got me really excited. It got me excited that I could kind of just play. I could kind of be just really approaching it from an acting standpoint, try to ground this thing in some reality. I mean, we're out in space. It's so fantastical and such a fantasy, but how would it really be? I mean, you have to sort of approach these things as in trying to thread your own reality into it. And so that was what got me so excited, was like, this guy is me. It's me, man. That's what got me. Thank God, because if I have to act, I'm gonna blow it.
You are a stuntman at heart.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to be when I grew up. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a stuntman. And my brother and I both were going to be a stuntman team, and we would throw each other down the stairs to practice and never get injured. We would just like fall out of trees and hit each other with the car, or fall off a bike, or do like cool stunts. And so like the fact that I get to do some stunts, I shouldn't say that I do all my stunts. I have Joe Buccaro is an excellent stuntman, and we have a great stunt crew that works really hard on our show. But when they write something physical and like a physical comedy bit, I'll usually try 1 or 2 on my own to do, and that's really fun.